Welcome to Coffee Beanery. I'm Laurie.
I'm Patti.
And Will.
So we have Will joining us today. Britton is with her kids on spring break.
I feel like the whole state of Michigan's in the state of Florida right now.
I know.
And it's not fair.
And then I'm on Tokyo pages for our upcoming trip, and it's raining there. People are like losing their minds. But
like, does it not usually rain in Tokyo?
It rains in April. That's why we're not going in April. So they're like, I'm so cold, and I blah blah blah.
Yeah, isn't there like cherry blossom? Is it cherry blossoms now, or is it?
Yeah,
May?
it's right now. It's ending in Tokyo, and I guess up north or something. It lasts a little bit longer, but we're going May 3rd. We'll be there, and they're no longer. But it is Golden Week, which sounds like our spring break there.
Oh god,
so crazy busy.
Yeah, why'd you pick that week? Just because?
Because it was the week our tour was. So I figure it's fine because they've got everything arranged. You know what I mean? I just have to follow the flag wherever the flag is. We just follow it. Good morning, Mo.
I'm just not a fan of anything that's like crazy. Like I told you the other day, like Disney, right? There's a Disney tracker that said like the park's at a 4, it's at a 10. And I went a day where it was at 4 and it was still like too much for me.
Yeah.
I
don't think anybody loves crowds. Do you know what I mean? I don't like being in the midst of everybody.
Just depends, I guess, what kind, where I'm at.
But I don't know. It's the nature of the beast, I guess, to go there.
Hello, Mo, Bill, Patti. Lovely to see you all today.
Morning.
Good morning. And I'm sure Tokyo will be even worse. So I was putting my makeup this morning. Yes, I actually do wear makeup. I know it doesn't look like it. Except for my Stitch Fix, like fake person. They put very nice makeup on me.
That was so funny.
If you're a Stitch Fix person, if you've never done it, it's like they pick out clothes and you can buy them if you want. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, we've been doing it for years.
6 years or whatever. But they have a new feature where you download a picture of your face and a picture of your body, and then they virtually try clothes on you. But they make you look modelesque. Your hair is just perfectly waved and with the perfect little earrings.
Yes. They made me look good.
Patti was hilarious because she had the same exact outfit just about 3 times.
Yep. And it knows me, right? Black tank top and jean shorts.
And that's it.
And to be fair, that's what I wear.
And mine's different dresses. And then I switched to the jean shorts. But but it is pretty fun. It's a free thing if you want to try it.
Mo says she's waiting for the Artemis 2 launch today. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah. Because like NASA shut down for a second, right?
Is that going to the moon?
Yeah, that's the first time in 53 years. I think that
I didn't know that's today. I don't know that I would have done on April Fool's. Just saying, it might not have been my first.
It's like reverse psychology.
You know what?
Like we're gonna do it on the worst day.
Wouldn't it be funny if that wasn't April Fool's joke?
Oh gosh. What does Bill say?
Bill says, just loving my last box of flavored coffee. And Patti, you were right. The German chocolate is unbelievable. Yes.
Yeah, people love the German chocolate.
Love the German chocolate. I mean, who doesn't love chocolate and coconut? And I guess a lot of people don't love coconut, but I personally
like the flavor of coconut. I just don't like grinding it through my teeth.
So the texture is the issue.
For sure.
I had some viral coconut. Not coconut. I'm sorry, cauliflower gnocchi. Is that the word? Like the little potato things that people make.
Yeah.
But it was cauliflower.
Okay.
And it's all it is cauliflower, but man, like the texture. And the texture of things to me like kills me every time. Like
I really like cauliflower pizza crust. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So
you'd have to sell me on it like in a pizza crust.
Yeah, I mean you want really it actually was pretty good. But I was sitting there doing my makeup this morning.
Yes.
And I was thinking how much I was looking forward to this morning.
Yes.
Because I'm like, if I could handpick like in an AI world, team members, you guys would be it. You guys are like the A team. But very sincerely, I was actually thinking this morning.
All right.
Love that. Thank you.
And then I thought further, and I thought, I love you guys so much. I think I should adopt you. And you should change your last name to Shaw.
I think so too.
And I will just have 8 children. So
jokes
just
on
leave
you.
Me in the will.
I've already changed my name to Shaw.
You're splitting everything 8 ways.
So do you remember
all my American Girl dolls?
Do you remember years ago at our convention when Bob did a slideshow and then he named all the Shaws, and then he put Bob Shaw,
Yes, I
Patty
remember.
Shaw.
Yes.
And we were just like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. We've always joked that we were your kids for years.
So
Joke's on you. Already changed my name.
already changed.
Yeah,
Already
already
in there.
done.
Here in the will, you talk to Kevin.
That's so funny. I love that.
But no, I just really when you get people that you work with that are like your friends and you can trust and just have your back. I mean, that's an endless gift, I will say.
And just
For
people
sure.
who all have the same goal of like wanting the company to do better.
And I think doing our core values really solidifies
Yeah.
that, because you get people that like want to go
Yes.
the same way.
Well, you know, the feeling's
100%.
mutual. We absolutely
So,
adore you.
Yeah, for
Aw,
sure.
thank you.
For sure.
But it's funny because when we did the wedding or whatever, it's just always like, oh, I know Patty's gonna be fine. Patty's gonna help.
I'm
It'll
gonna be
fine.
there. I'm gonna be there.
And now you've got your wedding coming
I
up.
do. Yeah. My son's wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just showing Laurie. I bought 5 dresses and did try-ons. I'm like, they're all terrible, but I've got a cart full for you to pick.
Oh, they look good. You're just
Yeah.
so easily overwhelmed because you're
Yeah.
petite.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that a long dress is going to
No.
be your friend.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because you feel like as the mother of the groom, you have to wear like a long dress.
I never
but,
wore
like,
one.
Yeah. Well, so here's what's funny.
Oh,
Yesterday,
Did I pull your
I
tail?
actually
I'm
went
sorry.
on your Facebook page to find
Oh.
what dresses that you
Mhm.
wore to the other ones. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
I couldn't find London's or like I couldn't find a whole body pick. But I'm like, yeah,
I
you
think
never
London's
wore.
was a
Yeah.
long dress.
Yeah. I couldn't find it, but
Yeah.
I'm like, no, Lori didn't do it. I'm not going to do it
because I
either.
didn't like my makeup that day. So.
Hid in the back.
Well, it's just it's difficult, when you get a certain age and then you get these young makeup artists and then they cake the makeup on and
Yeah.
it just goes in every wrinkle or everything and it makes you look 10 years older than you
Yeah.
actually are.
It's important for somebody to know what they're doing on your skin tone and
Jen
type.
said, I'm like, not to be rude, but can we make sure they can do like a mature face?
It is
So-
a hard conversation to have too. Like, do they really know what they're doing?
Which I remember because I did a photo shoot for Kevin once and the person did my makeup and I don't wear a lot of makeup and it was a lot of makeup, but then it was just in the crease. It
Yeah.
just was.
I remember when my sister got married, we had a Mary Kay person come do
Oh,
our
gosh.
makeup. And when I tell you that we all had a black smoky eye and a bright pink lip, and I was
Yes.
just like, I was probably 16 at the time, and I'm just like, no, thank you.
It's like those glamour shots. You're probably too young, but we used
remember
to
'em.
do the glamour shots.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Kevin had a picture in this office forever, and I was pregnant with one of the kids. I had a little cowboy hat on. But they were beautiful. I mean, it's kind of like Snapchat now. You put that little thing
That
on
filter. Oh, I
and
know.
you're-
I love a good Snapchat filter. Oh, makes everything clear and nice.
Oh yeah.
So Patty says the Dubai chocolate is growing on her. And the last week
Oh,
she said
good.
she didn't love it as much, but hey, sometimes you just gotta have it a couple times.
Well, and I will say that Will's go-to favorite is espresso. So when we were
Yeah.
talking about what we were gonna do today, it was like immediately.
Yeah, for
What
sure.
did Bill say?
Bill says the cantina box is very cool too. And then he also said you can adopt me and put me in the bill, Laurie.
All you're getting is like American Girl dolls and whole pottery.
Okay, but also you've got to take Bill's dog CBS. Cupid, Valentine, Shane are his dog's names.
All right.
They're awesome. They're border collies,
I'll do
and
it.
I love them.
Oh, border collie. They
Yeah.
need a job to do. Those are some serious.
Do they herd at home? I'd love to know, Bill.
Well,
Tell us
isn't
more.
that what does Britain have? An
Brittany has an
Australian
Australian
Shepherd.
Shepherd, yeah.
And I picked up the kids last week, and this dog is just the cutest dog. And
She is.
and I love how she's getting a little older, and she's like wiggling, like waggling her butt when she runs.
Dude, Daisy,
Hey guys, be
we
nice.
have a puppy brawl going down.
It's
here.
keeping me entertained. So
And she jumped in my car. One of the kids jumped in. She jumped in the middle, and the other kid jumped in and she's like, "Let's go home," which I totally would have
Will's
taken
espresso
her.
machine
Yeah.
is still waiting. Thanks,
But
Patty.
she doesn't get.
She doesn't play well with other pups.
No,
She's a one dog.
I used to watch her for the weekends, but I'd have to take my dog to my mom's.
Yeah.
So
She's a lot crazy.
what at Will's espresso machine?
Yeah, Patty's got one for him. She says she's got
Yeah.
a couple and she wants to give him one, but she lives kind of far for us to go to.
Yeah.
Where does Patty live?
She lives in California.
Oh,
Well, if we
Yeah.
ever
and we don't
have
really go to
business out that
California
way,
very often.
you know?
Mhm.
We do have a distributor in California,
Yeah.
so sometimes we go out there to Modesto? Is that
Yeah.
Modesto?
Yeah, she's in I don't know, northern CA. I probably shouldn't be giving people's locations on our live, but she's told us before.
Oh,
Bill,
yeah, WWE. They're serious, but they're both feisty. So,
and they're puppies. What are they? 9 months old now? Are they that old?
I think 9 or 10 months
almost a
old.
year.
They'll be a year old in June.
Duke.
So,
Hi, Duke. They're so sweet. I love them. So today, like we said, we were talking about what do you guys want to talk about today? And then Will immediately just got stars in his eyes and geeked out about
dazzled.
espresso.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
like, I could talk all day about espresso. We're like, all right, you can do that. We'll let you do that. But what we wanted to do,
okay.
yeah, we wanted to bring in espresso two ways, right?
Yep.
Because one common misconception is that espresso or our espresso can only be brewed if you have an espresso machine and not as a coffee.
Come here.
Yeah.
So we have it both ways so we can kind of try it, back to back. So we can see the differences because I don't know that we've ever really done that before.
Yeah. And there's,
Oh, no.
in the espresso, it's so dynamic because, obviously we use it as pulling shots out of an espresso machine for just espresso shots or for lattes or cappuccinos, right? And that's how people mostly think of it.
Yeah.
And Patti over here has the alternate way, which is just out of a regular coffee brewer, auto drip style, enjoying it as a regular cup of coffee. The difference is obviously we're putting more pressure on a non-filtered shot with the espresso machine, and this is less pressure.
I like how we just ignore that I'm like on the ground doing the dots.
We didn't ignore it.
No,
I love Will's just like
I'm just
he's
filling,
so excited.
I'm just filling gaps here around their makeup and stitching conversation. I'm just filling the gaps. But so
stitching.
Yeah, whatever you called it. Stitch fix. Excuse me. The stitch fix. So when you have the espresso without the filter, you get a lot more of the flavor and the juices that you wouldn't get in a regular cup of coffee. However you want. The flavor. Yeah, the flavor profile is much more prevalent in the cup.
And our Espresso Perfecto, which is made for espresso, it's the perfect. It just gives you enough oomph, enough smoothness. Yeah. It's very balanced.
For sure.
But it's a fabulous coffee.
Yeah. We took a blend of 3 different coffees. We got a Central American, South American, African bean all in the roast. So it's very dynamic and smooth and kind of touches, all of the important places that you need in a cup of coffee.
Can I just say how many people do espresso wrong too? Like you were going to a coffee shop and you order a latte
and this
it just doesn't bring you joy.
I was just talking about it, having your grind just right for whatever apparatus you're using is so important for sure.
My goats.
So I think we should start off with the regular espresso.
Sure.
So we can see the big difference afterwards.
You got it. Laurie's got her goats that she's trying to wrangle up.
Here. Okay. You can have the little one.
Give me my Daisy. Come here, Daisy.
I'll take the big boy.
Oh, their weight difference is so profound
crazy.
too. Like Duke is like 15 some pounds.
He's over 15 pounds and she's 9 pounds. Yeah.
Come here, little crazy.
But by their paws.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big difference. All right. I didn't bring any creamer. We're trying everything black today.
So this is just the espresso, just as a regular cup of coffee.
So good.
It smells so good. Yeah, if you want, and I think a lot of people think that because it's like a medium blend that you're not going to get that richness. Some people think a dark roast is going to give them that rich flavor, but I don't know how you can get better than this.
Or that espresso can only be dark roast, right?
Yeah.
Which is not the case here.
We don't really do any true dark roast kind of. I mean, we've got our Pacific Dark.
Sumatra.
It's not the best way to roast most coffees. And to bring out that flavor that you want, that you think you need to dark roast to get.
Yeah. You can play the edge without going over the edge.
Right, exactly.
Which, some of it.
And burn your taste buds off on this one.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it's probably pretty hot.
Yeah,
thank you.
Destroyed my taste buds on that first
I'm going, I don't drink coffee. I let my cool off.
Yeah. Usually I have it kind of cooling in a cup when I come here, and today I just grabbed the whole ear pot and I probably should have cooled it off.
And she does look crazy because I put bows in her hair and Duke has eaten 8 bows. I don't know what his intestines. I found a few of them, but I don't know what to do. we can't put bows
Apparently
because
she can't
somebody
have
eats
bows
them.
anymore. We're gonna have to just cut you short.
Yes.
We're gonna have to
Eat
give you a
them.
butch haircut.
You're a goat.
Oh.
Yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I could drink that all day long.
You
Well,
do
you
drink
do.
that all
I
day
do.
long.
Not only do I work here, I'm also our best customer.
He works. Yeah. He works there for the espresso.
Yeah,
I think.
honestly, he can never leave because he like is sick. Like if there was like
It's like an IV. If you
Yeah.
have an IV of it.
if
For
there was
sure.
an addiction to coffee, like one was to like meth.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be
let's not
Will's
say that word.
espresso.
Like the weird.
I'm just half a man
obsession.
without this coffee, everybody.
I'm probably not allowed to say that on a live, but I said it.
Well, like the strange obsession. So someone was obsessed with cornstarch. She hid it in her car like it was a
No.
contraband,
Okay,
and we
so-
just eat it.
Do you know that they brought that show back and they made new episodes? And just like 3 weeks ago, my husband was playing it in the morning because he works from home some days. And I was like gagging. Like, I'm like, I have to walk out of the house because this one lady eats just ground beef out of the package.
Like raw.
Yes. And so she went to the nail salon and she was getting a pedicure done. And she sat there and she
And
said,
pulled it out.
"Can I have a snack while I'm sitting here?" And they're like, "Sure." She pulls out a 2-pound package of ground chuck and proceeds to eat it.
And first
raw.
of all, you're gonna get sick.
well,
You
you're
gotta
gonna get
cook
sick.
those germs out.
And people are looking at you like that's really gross to do to other people. So then she has the gall to ask for a manicure after she's been eating this with her hands,
Oh
and
my
they're like,
gosh.
absolutely not.
Oh.
Like they
Ugh.
drew the line. The same on that same episode, there was a girl who doesn't eat her food. She grinds it all up and snorts it up
Okay,
her nose.
we're not gonna talk about it.
Oh my
That's gross.
gosh.
Anyway, our espresso's a good obsession to have.
The amount of conversations I start that have to get cut off because they're not okay. But it was gross.
It
So
is
yes,
crazy.
espresso's great.
I did just read, totally off kilter, that so we knew that dogs do the Oxycontin or whatever. They give you the happy feelings. They also, for women, bring
Serotonin,
out
Oxycontin's a.
Oxy.
I don't think we're supposed to say that either.
No, it's not Oxycontin. It's different. It's a happy hormone, but it's not Sero, whatever.
I don't know what that is.
But they also, for women, bring out the maternal. It's the same thing you
Oh.
get when you look at a baby.
Oh,
So that's why,
Hmm.
they love us.
yes.
They see you. They see your owner, and they love you so much. And they just
Yes.
want. And Duke is the biggest mama's boy I ever did
Oh,
meet.
he is. He is pretty sweet.
And Daisy's
aren't
sitting
you?
here like, what am I doing over here? I'd rather be over there with
Hi,
you.
sweetie. No,
She's
she
putting
loves
up with me.
love.
I haven't even tried my
She loves
espresso yet.
love. Well, Crystal lost her third
Mm,
dog. She had 3 dogs, and then
yeah,
it's just so sad. I'm so sorry.
it is sad.
Yeah.
Okay, this brewed as a coffee. Like, you know, I'm a big cream and sugar girl.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. It's
It's
so,
so
weird.
much flavor.
Yeah. And that's the thing I love about our blends too. It's you get when we play with those different
Endorphins.
origins,
Just
it's
the
so
old
nice,
one.
you know, going together for
Yeah,
sure.
it is good.
I know it's not like oxy.
I
It's
think it's
something.
like endorphins would be the right word for like
No,
maybe
it's-
what it releases, but it's
it's-
called something different.
Releases something. If you Google it, it's like it releases more than can humans. It releases more than
We'll call it
like
oxytocin
humans.
for now
Oxy,
or something like
oxy
that.
something.
Oxytocin
Acta.
doesn't
I
sound
feel
right.
like it's
I don't know.
acta.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Mm.
No, this is delicious. So did you make a shot then
So
too?
I do, and then in right here I pulled a couple shots of espresso just so we could get jazzed up off this too. And
Yeah,
you know,
it is not
we're
decaf,
taking
by the way.
this live to level 2, everybody.
Woo-hoo!
When you see me running laps later, don't ask questions. Sometimes if we do a lot of R&D in a day, I do have to just go walk to get the caffeine out because it
You
really
like
does
it?
affect me.
Oh, you want to
So
try it too?
this one's definitely obviously going to taste much more bolder,
You guys
a
like
little
the
thicker,
Okay.
good?
a little more to the point.
Okay.
You're going to see a little brown foam at the top.
Okay.
That is the crema. That's the oils from our espresso
Coffee's
bean.
got to be good for dogs, right?
Rising to the top.
Yeah, beautiful crema when you showed
Yeah,
it to me.
for sure.
When it's done
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Bill says, does Bill walk around the office like he's on speed all day? It doesn't affect him.
I throw the high fives in there though too, Bill.
He is the most positive person. Like if we were to
It
like
is.
vote people in the office,
Yeah.
Will would get most positive.
We should do that for our 50th, like high school, like
Trophies,
most
ribbons,
likely to
ribbons.
whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Did
obviously.
you guys get a most likely in high school?
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
Biggest flirt. And something else. What was my other one? I got something else. I think maybe it was just biggest flirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got that in college.
Yeah.
I was the biggest flirt.
Yeah.
In high school, I was most likely
Wow.
to marry for money.
Well.
Well, it's because I went to new school and nobody knew me.
Yeah.
So they just assumed
You're
a
like,
lot
you
of
just
things
look
about
like
me.
money. That's okay.
Well, my boyfriend bought me lots of stuff, but
It's not your fault.
So
His love language is giving gifts.
with this, there is a way to jazz up a normal cup of coffee and combine these two as well. Most coffee shops call that a redeye, but a lot of
Oh,
people,
yeah.
when they need a little bit something extra than just the normal cup of coffee, they'll slide a shot of espresso into their normal cup and then, carry on their day.
You know what I think you should do? Because I know you love a good Americano.
Yeah.
You should make a red eye with the espresso and then throw a shot of espresso in that. And
Yeah.
then have
The possibilities are
double
endless.
baby.
And then also outside of this, a French press, a pour over, right?
Yeah.
And that's where
yeah.
it's just about the grind, right? So you take the whole bean from us and then grind it to whatever you want to do. If it's a French press, a coarse grind, right? Pour over, a coarse grind. Espresso needs obviously an espresso or more of a fine grind. And then auto drip grind for a regular pot of coffee, right?
Good
Absolutely.
So
morning, Charles.
You
And
can
I
play
had your
around a
back,
lot of
Mo.
different ways.
You didn't miss anything. No. Actually, you missed a lot because Will is very great about talking about coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I think
So-
maybe I've said this before, but somebody said to his staff, he's like, hey, watch this coffee chat because I learned so much about coffee. And then he came back and they're like, yeah, they didn't really
So-
talk about coffee.
And so even something else
They play
too.
dogs.
So let's talk about the aftermath when you're done with your espresso grounds. Instead of throw them away, if you do gardening or know somebody who gardens,
Yeah.
why not spread 3 different continents from around the world and increase the nitrates
Spread the love.
and spread the love and increase the nitrates in your soil with something that's very organic and grown in the mountains.
I love
Well,
that.
we had a local elementary school and they did a science
Yeah.
project and they used coffee grounds in some of their pumpkins and not in
For
others.
sure.
And the pumpkins from the coffee grounds grew tremendously
Yeah.
more.
It does add a lot of nitrogen to your soil. I personally recommend composting it first before you
Yeah.
just put it directly on the plant.
What she said.
But slugs hate coffee grounds. So if you
Okay.
have a slug problem, you can put those directly out around your plants, and those do help a lot.
What are the slugs?
Like the little grubby
Wormy
things.
things?
Yeah.
Okay.
They love to eat hostas. They love to eat,
Oh.
just like
I
the
definitely
leaves
have
of your
those then.
plants. Yeah. So coffee grounds, just throw those
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
You know?
So what a great investment our espresso is if you're a gardener too and like
Yeah.
espresso.
Yeah, it's super good. It's so awesome when you taste the two brewed. I mean, it's the same coffee. They do taste similar but very different.
Yeah.
You can definitely get some of the same flavor notes, but then there is like a different coating to your tongue that
For
you
sure.
get.
For sure.
And I love both of them very,
Yeah.
very much.
Yes.
I love our espresso. My favorite in espresso is a white chocolate mocha. It's
Mhm.
always been my drink, right?
Yeah.
With a sprinkle of
Yeah.
cinnamon on top. But man, when I travel, if I get a latte from somewhere else, the espresso is just not the same.
Yeah.
Espresso is
same.
key. Getting the right espresso is key.
Yeah.
We did play around once with a blonde espresso,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was very, very good. And a
Mhm.
lot of the drinks, it was, I will say for someone who wants to be a coffee drinker but really isn't, so we know, do you know what I mean? So they get a sugary whatever drink, which is fine. We love you. We don't discriminate. But it really made a great base
Mhm.
for that because it was just neutral, like
Yeah.
no coffee.
Yeah. No. Bill says this is very interesting to me because espresso always scared me.
Okay.
Some because I thought it would be too bitter and dark.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
For
And a
sure.
lot of people's it is
Mhm.
very bitter and very
Yeah.
dark,
Yeah.
but ours is not. Ours is
Yes.
just a great body, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Smooth.
When I wish more people knew that you can buy it and brew it as a coffee. Like it doesn't have to be just espresso.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's really good.
And I think a lot of people make espresso that way, and then they put a lot of milk and cream and sugar and make latte out of this bitter whatever instead of taking a beautiful, full of body, medium roast, flavorful coffee and then, making a latte and you still retain those beautiful flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
so enter in Will promo code espresso. No. Get your
Not a real
10% off
But
on
we
your
do have a
espresso
sale
bag.
going on
We do.
today.
Yeah.
Yes. So while Will is not a real code,
No, it is not. I'm sorry.
April
It was
Fools.
an April Fool's. Yes.
the code laugh actually is. I could make a Will espresso code.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Hey.
The code is laugh, and I think it's 20% off. It's today only. If you were VIP,
Okay.
you got early access to it yesterday. But yeah, and then we don't have another sale for a minute. So
Okay. Well, yeah. Enter in that promo code, everybody, for sure.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Especially Bill, if you need more coffee.
Bill, Charles, all of them, they've got a closet.
Charles'
full.
closet just
Yeah.
cracks me up.
Yeah, Charles just got some Beanery last week though of the pods, a nice 96 count. So,
Oh, okay.
sometimes you like an unflavored coffee, and
I have
sometimes
to
you
have
like a flavored
unflavored
coffee.
in my house for everybody else. I drink
Mhm.
flavored.
At home, I drink unflavored. I'm the only one who drinks it at home, but I drink unflavored at home.
Okay.
I love our CB Select or
Yeah.
our La Manita. Those are my two favorite.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm kind of thinking espresso. I might need to do on my next monthly
Yeah.
coffee
Yeah,
because
for sure.
it is that good.
Yes.
And our black velvet is
And we
excellent.
have
Yeah,
decaf
right.
espresso
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
yeah, Swiss
yeah.
water. I mean,
As I
everything
was
Swiss
grinding
water.
the coffee for this morning, I was looking at a bag of decaf espresso and I said, "Oh, I should have grabbed this." So
that way you didn't get spiked.
Is
yeah.
there an animal?
I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up today.
Yeah.
We hope you all have a great rest of your day. And again, 20% off for code
With laugh.
code lab.
Thanks for listening,
And
everybody.
today only.
And thank you, Will,
Yeah.
for coming and
Hey,
educating
thanks
us.
for. I learned some stuff about the stitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stitch.
The stitch
The
and
This-
stitches in the makeup.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
All right,
Take
have a
care, guys.
wonderful
All
week.
right, see you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
What do you think it is?